Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hey, on Good Morning Maine, U.S. senators have agreed to a new gun safety framework they believe can earn support from both sides in the Senate.
Plus, Pride Fest is growing and the community of Ellsworth is showing their support. Details are coming up.
And with some big decisions to make on the ballots, we'll get you ready for Maine's primary election. This and more right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for tuning in to the final hour of our show. It's going to be a good Monday if you like the rain, the cool temperatures. I mean, get used to it because the nice thing is we're going to see the warm temperatures later on, so enjoy the nice coolness we have.
Yep. We had to make up for it somehow. It was such a nice weekend.
I know. Of course, Mother Nature's like, enjoy the weekend. But we're going to, take care of your Monday for you.
Right. Let's
turn things over to Devin Biggs. He has the first check for our forecast.
And thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, a little bit of patchy fog in a few areas this morning, mainly near parts of Bar Harbor and closer toward the coast. Everyone else looking pretty decent out there this morning. But on top of that fog, there's a little bit of rain moving in from the southwest going toward the north and east. Some heavy rainfall being noted in parts of Washington County throughout the morning period earlier on. So we're going to keep an eye on things throughout the daytime today for chances for scattered showers and even a few rumbles of thunder this afternoon as you get some of the daytime heating going in. Maybe the clouds may clear out enough where you might notice a little bit of sunshine that may allow a little bit more fuel for thunderstorms to develop during the afternoon period. By about 4 to 5 p.m. after becoming partly cloudy, but more fog could develop later on tonight. As for the winds, no big deal at all, mainly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, but more wind will be on the way as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. So for today, we'll call it scattered showers and thunderstorms. The thunderstorms occurring during the afternoon period. Highs in the upper 60s and a southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, a few showers and thunderstorms. Those will taper off. Lows in the lower 50s. Then some dense fog in a few areas as well. West breeze at about 5 miles per hour. In your early forecast for the rest of the morning period, mostly cloudy skies, chances for rain showers, and a few rumbles of thunder by the afternoon period. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thanks, Devin.
First up this morning, a man has died following a motorcycle crash.
According to a Maine State Police spokesperson, 67-year-old Paul Rodrigue of Canaan crashed his motorcycle on Route 201 in Winslow Saturday. Maine State Police and Winslow Police responded to the scene, but Rodrigue did not survive. They say the initial investigation indicates Rodrigue was attempting to pass another vehicle at the time of the crash. Police say he was wearing a helmet, and the crash remains under investigation.
A New Vineyard man with an arrest warrant for murder died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound on Friday. According to a Maine State Police spokesperson, Friday, just before 2 p.m., the Maine State Police and the Major Crimes Unit attempted to locate 43-year-old Wilfred Daggett, Jr. of New Vineyard and arrest him on a murder charge. They say the charge stemmed from the June 2021 death of his wife, 43-year-old Colette Daggett, also of New Vineyard. Troopers located and attempted to stop Wilfred's vehicle, but the suspect fled and was last seen traveling on Route 234 in New Vineyard. The Maine State Police Tactical Team and Crisis Negotiation Team made telephone contact with Wilfred and attempted to negotiate his surrender, but were unsuccessful. Several hours later, Wilfred was found deceased in a vehicle from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Down East Emergency Medical Institute search and rescue teams are still searching for Graham Locker, who went missing on Monday. Teams searched the area near the Dorothea Dix Psychiatric Center in Bangor, where Locker was last seen. During the search, teams discovered a footprint that resembled the type of shoe Locker wore. Teams used UAV technology, thermal imaging, and were assisted by a Border Patrol helicopter, as well as the game wardens with air-sent dogs. Locker is described as a white male, 5'11", weighing around 265 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. He currently has long hair and a long beard. Anyone who sees Graham Locker or has information is asked to call the Bangor Police Department at 207-942-8211.
A Dixmont family lost their house in a fire on Wednesday evening. According to a statement from the Maine State Police Department, the fire marshal's office was called to a single-family house fire at 65 Loud Road in Dixmont Friday night at 9 p.m. The family was not home at the time of the fire, but sadly a family pet did die in the fire. We are being told the house is a total loss. The Dixmont, Newburgh, Plymouth, Detroit, and Carmel fire departments all responded to the scene. Officials do not consider the fire to be suspicious, but the cause is still under investigation.
A man has been arrested in connection with the suspected arson of an elementary school in Bath. Friday night at 11:30 p.m., the fire marshal's office was called to a fire at the Dyke Newell Elementary School in Bath, according to a statement from the Maine State Police. They say responding fire departments were able to put out the fire, but the school sustained extensive damage. 2 firefighters were treated at a local hospital for minor injuries. Saturday evening, police arrested 30-year-old Alan Thomas Vigil of Bath and charged him with burglary and arson in connection with the school fire. He has been transported to the Two Bridges jail in Wiscasset and is expected to make his initial court appearance today.
The primary election is almost here, and Mainers will have some big decisions to make on their ballots.
This Tuesday, voters will head to the polls to perform their civic duty and vote in the 2022 primary election. Several races are taking place that will determine candidates during this November's general election. One notable race is Bruce Poliquin versus Liz Caruso in the Republican primary for Maine's District 2 in the United States Congress. The winner of that race will advance to take on incumbent Jared Golden, who is unopposed on the Democratic side of the aisle. Poliquin was defeated by Golden in 2018 and is eager for a rematch. During a press conference back in March, Poliquin criticized the result of his battle against Golden.
Well, first of all, he didn't win. On election day in 2018, I won by 2,200 votes. Any other state in the country, the race is over. But because we have this rank voting, this crazy way of counting votes, 9 days later, after they finished counting, he was awarded the seat, but I won on election day.
Caruso released a statement on Friday saying in part, quote, "This is a fight against big money, against the smears, and against the foolishness of Washington politicians. On Tuesday, we will shock the world and take a gigantic step toward bringing rural Maine values to Congress at last." There will also be a special election on Tuesday for the vacant State Senate District 7 seat, which represents most of Hancock County. According to Maine.gov, the decision to hold the special election was made following the resignation of Democratic Senator Louis Lucchini, who left in January to take a position with the U.S. Small Business Administration. Now the primary will see a showdown between Democratic candidate Nicole Grohowski and Republican candidate Brian Langley in a winner-take-all contest for the District 7 seat. Former Governor Paul LePage and current Governor Janet Mills are both running unopposed in the primary election. The two won't actually face off until the November general election in a race that is sure to be contentious. The polls open between 6 and 10 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. on June 14th. I'm Dylan Holloway reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 8:08, and coming up next on Good Morning Maine, depending on your grocery list, you're likely to be paying 10 to 15% more than you did for food a few months ago. We'll take a look at some of the major price increases.
But first, here's a quick look at your forecast. Temperatures in the high 60s today. A little bit of rain this morning. That'll dwindle out, and the thunderstorms move in this afternoon. Scattered showers this evening, and tomorrow we're back up in the mid-70s with mostly sunny skies.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go! With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each with no contract. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look! With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each with free modem. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Give your home a Spectrum Stream home makeover. Call now.
Breathe in. Can you sense it? The feeling of becoming something greater? Here in the heart of Maine, you'll find a place that the innovators of tomorrow have called home for the last 150 years. The University of Maine. Ranked as one of the nation's top research institutions, our opportunities know no bounds. Because UMaine isn't just a destination. It's a gateway to new horizons that shape who we are. We are UMaine.
I heard about you. You're that smart kid.
Young Sheldon, boy genius, an origin story.
Yes, that's me.
A small-town boy.
Young man. Yes, you.
With supersonic hearing. Visionary vision.
Cheeky little Miwan, you know you don't belong there.
And a heightened sense of smell.
Ew. Put your shoes back on.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week. Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
You can't smell this.
Yes, I can.
Maine State Police have announced a major structural reorganization of the agency that they say will actually boost personnel ranks, reorganize troop units, and bring body cameras for troopers. Colonel John Cody laid out the coming changes to Maine State Police in an announcement on Friday. Those changes and additions include funding for a body camera program, 3 more detectives, another trooper for their training unit at the academy, and funding for 5 behavioral health specialists to serve as liaisons in the field and help people in need of services. Additionally, a midnight shift in most parts of the state will be implemented. Right now, troopers maintain a readiness and on-call status through the night, which Cody says often results in unexpected call-outs and impacts their well-being. Cody says the reorganization comes from requests by the Maine State Police to Governor Janet Mills through her supplemental budget package. Troop and personnel changes are expected to begin this summer and continue through the coming year.
The University of New England held its annual geriatric conference at the Harborside Hotel in Bar Harbor Friday. The goal of the conference was to break down stigmas around aging and provide support for older adults. Maine has the oldest population in the United States. Conference chairperson Marilyn Gallucci mentions why it is important for people to talk openly about their health.
How many older adults will say something like, I'm just too old, to do X, Y, Z. But, society has been saying it, and so many people buy into it. We brought that to the table and really tried to make people conscious about their self-talk, their talk with others, and then their talk in larger communities.
The cost of most of the attendees was covered by the Department of Health and Human Services, grants, and insurance.
The state is continuing to see higher costs on most bills, including the one at the grocery store. Brad Rogers takes a look at some of the major price increases at the supermarket.
Depending on your grocery list, you're likely paying 10 to 15% more for food than you did a year ago or even a few months ago.
It's a little crazy, but, gotta do what we gotta eat, right?
Eggs may be the biggest price jump, up nearly 23% over the last 3 months. The worst U.S. outbreak of avian flu since 2015 has resulted in the deaths of 36 million chickens nationwide, including many here in Maine. It's also what's driven chicken prices up more than 15% this year.
All the meat, the eggs, yeah, definitely. Harder to get, I guess.
Beef prices are up more than 14% from last year, pork up nearly 14%, and a 12% spike in seafood prices. There's also been a 25% spike in cooking oil since Russia invaded Ukraine. Those two nations supply nearly 75% of the world's sunflower oil. But with no shipments going out right now, it's driving prices up.
What do you think about these food prices?
Well, that's the price you have to pay to live, I guess. It's not easy for a lot of people, but you got to do what you have to do and just watch what you spend a little bit more carefully.
Some people are now buying store brands over name brands to try to offset a 10% spike in baked goods and cereal, 9% jump in dairy products, and an 8% hike in fresh fruits.
Groceries, your fruit especially, and everything's gone high. According to federal data, overall food prices have gone up 11% over the last year. Most of that increase has come in just the past few months, which happens to coincide with the skyrocketing fuel costs.
Diesel fuel is now $6.29 a gallon, driving already high transportation costs from the pandemic up even more, leading to higher food costs.
Just can't believe it. I don't know how families going to do it.
The time is now 8:15. After the break, the city of Ellsworth held its second ever Pride Festival at Knowlton Park. We'll see the weekend turnout after the break.
Plus, a group of senators have agreed to a new gun safety framework that they believe can earn support from both sides of the aisle. We'll be right back.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
Ready for this catch-22? The mental health struggles you want to work on are the same reasons you're putting off therapy. You're stuck. Sondermind makes it easy to team up with the right therapist and turn stuckness into strength.
Bathfitter doesn't just fit your bath. We fit your life. When you're tired of looking at your tired old bath, we fit your style with hundreds of design options. When a normal day is anything but normal, we fit your schedule with our unique tub-over-tub process installed in as little as a day. When high quality is the only quality that matters, we fit your standards with a lifetime guarantee. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Tossie's Checkout Convenience Store, and Bombshell Beauty and Spa want to send you to see Lynyrd Skynyrd live in concert on their Big Wheels Keep On Turnin' tour with special guests Marshall Tucker Band and The Outlaws, Sunday, July 3rd at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Tossie's Checkout Convenience Store in Glenburn. Stop by and check us out. And Bombshell Beauty and Spa in the Brewer Shopping Center. Win tickets to see Lynyrd Skynyrd July 3rd on the Bangor waterfront.
It takes all types to play Family Feud, but tell it all.
Name something Grandma wears that might also fit Grandpa.
Yeah, I know my grandma used to have a beard.
The Spicy Seniors.
Hey, Eddie, why they call you Fast Eddie?
Because he made me so happy so fast.
Whoa! Steve, it was a triple and a home run, baby.
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
A 370-acre forest in Ellsworth, the summit of a mountain in North Berwick, and a patch of urban open space in Portland are among the 20 new land conservation projects in Maine. Now, Lands for Maine's Future is a conservation program that Governor Janet Mills reactivated last year after a few years of dormancy. The state approved $40 million for the program as part of the Maine budget. The board has approved 25 projects in total so far, and more are expected later on this year.
The Emmaus Homeless Shelter in Ellsworth celebrated its 30th anniversary on Friday. Opened in 1992 by sisters Barbara Hentz and Lucille McDonald, the shelter helps with providing a safe and comfortable environment for those who need a temporary shelter. The celebration featured free food, entertainment, and fun for everyone, with the intention of honoring the building's history. Shelter Director Stacy Herrick talked about how important the building is to the Ellsworth community.
We're not just a homeless shelter either. We have a free clothing store, we are a food pantry, we have Christmas and Thanksgiving baskets and programs, so I think it's a huge benefit for the community.
Those interested in either donating or volunteering should give the shelter a call or check out EmmausHomelessShelter.org for more information.
The Ellsworth community held its second ever Pride Festival at Knowlton Park. Stephanie Wittenbach attended the celebration and gives us a closer look.
Pride is growing, and the community of Ellsworth is showing their support. On Sunday, Ellsworth held its second ever Pride Festival at Knowlton Park. One goer says they are really happy to see such a supportive community.
It's actually really, really empowering to me. I remember back when I first came out, it was really hard because we didn't have this type of stuff. And this is my first Pride Festival, and it's like really nice to see other people like me.
Flags, stickers, music, and even a performance. Owner of Curbside Queens, Gigi Gabor, says while the drags aren't hosting this year, they are still giving a good show to the audience.
We roll up and the speaker cabinet comes right out of the bus and we immediately start performing. It's a lot of fun, happy music. We're trying to bring joy and queer celebration to places where it doesn't normally exist.
Ellsworth high schoolers attended and say the festival has already grown since its inception.
It's a lot bigger this year, I think it was, than last year. I think people were a little bit more hesitant last year, but if the weather's great.
Owner of Steamy Buddha, Steve Curtin, says he and his wife wanted to show support to the LGBTQ+ community.
And we started a healing center 5 years ago in Ellsworth. It's really part of our message. It's part of our purpose. This is a community event, so anything to support the community we really enjoy doing.
Festival organizers say they are already looking forward to next year. In Ellsworth, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 8:20.
Let's bring in Devin Biggs. He has a full look at our weekday forecast, and he's in with the latest.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, again, fog is the thing we have our eye on this morning, mainly near parts of Bar Harbor. You might notice it developing in a few other spots this morning. It's going to be very hit and miss with the fog, but this will taper off by later on this morning. But we are watching some rain showers that have been developing in a few spots, so especially across our southern counties and a little bit further off towards the north as well. Other areas just under a mostly cloudy sky this morning. A lot of this tracking from the southwest going toward the north and east, so there will be some breaks as well, but a few scattered showers and thunderstorms will also be possible this afternoon as we'll get some sunshine going to get some of the daytime heating and, of course, chances for storms to develop along this front right here that continues to track off towards the north and east. But meanwhile, though, we will catch a break from the precipitation for at least a few days coming up later on. Wave heights not too bad. No advisories in effect along the coast. Wave heights at about 3 feet at this point, though. The winds will not be a big deal today, so the wave heights should behave themselves, mainly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe a quick gust up to 15 if you're lucky. But more winds, some more gusty winds on the way for the daytime tomorrow, as they could possibly reach up to 25 miles per hour in a few areas. Our average high is now 74 degrees. We'll be in the upper 60s today, but middle to upper 70s on the way Tuesday and Wednesday, and still kind of sticking around there by Thursday and Friday as well. Then falling back into the lower 70s as we head towards Saturday and again on Sunday. Let's talk about the dew points, though. They might feel a little mucky later on, though. We're going to be dancing around that 60-degree threshold for a few days, at least through today, though, maybe falling back Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday. Then by Friday, rising up into the middle 60s, this will feel a little bit more muggy than falling back as we head towards your Saturday. So moving forward, though, futurecast for today, a few scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. The thunderstorms starting to develop by around 4 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, moving from northwest to south and east. Heavy downpours not out of the question with those. Once those move through, notice the cloud line. Some areas may become mostly clear. Other areas may hold on to clouds and a little bit of fog as well. But moving ahead towards tomorrow, maybe a few scattered showers and thunderstorms not out of the question. But overall, a mixture of clouds and sun will be the general idea as well. As for precipitation chances, all right, so again, some areas could see up to a quarter of an inch, maybe up to a half an inch or more between now and Thursday, so some decent rainfall on the way in a few areas. Scattered showers and thunderstorms today, highs in the upper 60s and at southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, lower 50s on the way, showers and thunderstorms, some dense fog as well from time to time. That west breeze getting up to about 5 miles per hour. In your Scott's Recreation extended forecast, more storms on the way for Tuesday, nothing too widespread. Highs in the middle 70s, upper 70s on the way for Wednesday. Under a partly cloudy sky, mostly cloudy for Thursday, highs in the mid 70s, upper 70s again on Friday with a chance for storms.
Thinking twice about that summer road trip due to high gas prices? Well, with an electrified Toyota, you can pack your bags today. Right now, you can get savings on amazingly fuel-efficient Toyotas at the Toyota Summer Sales Event. Save fuel with an electrified Camry LE Hybrid with 52 mpg and up to a 686-mile driving range. Plus, get 1.75% financing on most Camry models. So, take that summer road trip. But first, see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Kids eat free all summer long. Find out where at hotlunsummer.com. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50.
What are you in for?
Cholesterol check.
Cool.
Make sure your health lives as long as you do. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Fast Freddy does everything fast, including playing Maine Lottery's new Fast Play game, Cash Blast Progressive. Jackpots keep growing until someone wins. He can choose a $2, $5, or $10 ticket. Freddy could win up to 100% of the jackpot. Play Cash Blast Progressive today.
Hey, you're Fast Freddy. You probably want to play Maine Lottery's newest Fast Play games. Here's Word Search, where you could win up to $15,000. And 3 to Win has a progressive jackpot.
I'll take them. Love your express checkout line. Goodbye.
Whatever advice you can give me, I need help. It's Drew's crew to the rescue. Changing a space can change your life. A full hour of expert tips and tricks. After 22 years of marriage, who wouldn't need a few ideas? And Chef Pilar Valdez and I have the perfect shepherd's pie. I thought it was going to be good. This is way better than I thought. Next, Drew.
The Drew Barrymore Show, Monday at 3 on Fox 22.
In light of the recent devastating school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, that shocked a nation, a group of moms made their way to the office of Senator Susan Collins, demanding action on stronger gun restrictions. Moms Demanding Action is an organization made up of around 400 mothers across the state of Maine. Volunteers dropped off their own research pertaining to gun safety to Senator Susan Collins' Bangor office. They are asking Senator Collins to push to increase the required age to buy automatic weapons. Lead organizer Kate McCarthy says she worries for the safety of her own children each day as they are sent off to school.
Just to me personally, I want to make sure that my children feel safe in school, and I think Susan Collins can act to help me with that.
Organizers encourage more mothers to get involved by visiting momsdemandaction.org.
On the national side of news this morning, a deal reached. A bipartisan group of senators have agreed to a new gun safety framework that they believe can earn support from both sides of the aisle in the Senate. Though the Senate plan does not include some key provisions President Biden called for. He and Senate leaders are signaling their early support. ABC's Justin Finch is in Washington with the details.
In the wake of weeks of mass shootings, growing demand for lawmakers to do something. Then, over the weekend, a breakthrough. A Senate plan drafted by 10 Democrats and 10 Republicans that would strengthen background checks, allowing juvenile records to be screened for gun buyers younger than 21, expand gun restrictions for convicted domestic violence abusers, allocate funding for states enacting red flag laws to temporarily remove guns from those considered dangerous, and bolster school security and mental health programs.
I will put this bill on the floor ASAP, as soon as possible, so that Congress can quickly act.
President Biden weighing in, saying, obviously it does not do everything that I think is needed, but it reflects important steps in the right direction. The president pushed for tougher restrictions, including an assault weapons ban, seen to some as threats to the Second Amendment.
Are we willing to take away people's fundamental civil liberties?
The Senate framework, spurred by deadly shootings in Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas last month. Nearly 50 more mass shootings nationwide have since followed. The Senate plan announced on the 6th anniversary of the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, 49 people were shot to death. The weekend also saw gun safety protests across the U.S., led by David Hogg and other survivors of the 2018 Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Parkland, Florida. Hogg hopeful about the Senate plan.
It's more looking at this as the first step and not the last step.
That gun policy framework will need at least 10 Republican votes to pass in the Senate. If it does, it will mark the most significant gun legislation passed in the U.S. since the 1990s.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, roughly 450 athletes made their way to Alphons Stadium at the University of Maine for a full day of Special Olympic competitions.
Plus, voters in Oxford County will decide if and when liquor should be sold in its upcoming election. This and more local news as Good Morning Maine continues.
As a working mom of 5, I'm feeling the burden of rising prices. But instead of getting inflation under control, the liberals in Washington are attacking America's tech innovators. Talk about being out of touch. The left's bill would take away the technology we depend on, put our personal data at risk, make China stronger and America weaker. I don't understand how any Republican senator could support this liberal nonsense. Tell Senate conservatives to stand up for American technology.
I'm thinking yes. 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 I'll have what she's having, and you can too. Get ready for the good dish. Delicious twists on your favorite comfort foods. Decadent desserts you can whip up in no time. And game-changing shortcuts. What's for dinner is about to get way easier. And way more fun than doing the dishes. So get ready to get dishing.
Weekdays at 1 on Fox 22.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
It's Monday, June 13th of 2022. Lucky Monday the 13th. There are just 8 days into the summer. Forecast is coming up in a moment.
And it was 102 years ago today, in 1920, the U.S. Post Office announced that children cannot be sent through the mail any longer. There had been a number of incidents of people sending kids parcel post.
And that still counts for today. You can't just ship them off.
It still counts. Yes.
Well, for birthdays, actor Tim Allen turns 69, actress Ali Sheedy is 60, Chris Evans turns 41, and the Olsen twins, Ashley and Mary-Kate, are 36. They've been celebrities since they were infants.
And today is National Kitchen Klutzes of America Day.
That's a good one. If you kitchen clutches, the whole idea behind it is that you try your hardest to be a Gordon Ramsay or a Top Chef, and it always turns out bad.
Yep.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
I think it's broad across the board. It's like you could be cooking, you could be cleaning. It's just like, no. For me, it's we said earlier, I'm breaking glasses when I'm cooking.
You're bad at the post stuff.
Right. If I cannot burn stuff, I'm fine. Normally,
doing good.
Yeah.
You're doing good. I feel like I've only burnt a couple things, but it's like once you do it, you're like, how did I forget that?
Oh, I burn things all the time. I'm a good cook, but then I'm like, I walked away. I tried to do too many things at once.
Too many things at once. That is the trick, is don't put too much on your plate, literally, and try to get it all done at once, because all of a sudden you're burning stuff, and then you're upset that it didn't work out. There's always so much going on in the kitchen. If you ever worked in the restaurant industry, you know how it is. You walk back there, there's pots and pans flying everywhere. You know, what is it, 76 the salmon? Is that the
86.
code? 86, that's what it was. I knew it was somewhere around there, but it's always chaos in the kitchen.
The recent kitchen grad here.
There we go. I got to get some pointers over here. So let's throw things over to Devin Biggs. He has another look at our forecast.
And thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, a little bit of patchy fog in a few areas this morning, mainly near parts of Bar Harbor and closer toward the coast. Everyone else looking pretty decent out there this morning. But on top of that fog, there's a little bit of rain moving in from the southwest going toward the north and east. Some heavy rainfall being noted in parts of Washington County throughout the morning period earlier on. So we're going to keep an eye on things throughout the daytime today for chances for scattered showers and even a few rumbles of thunder this afternoon as you get some of the daytime heating going in. Maybe the clouds may clear out enough where you might notice a little bit of sunshine that may allow a little bit more fuel for thunderstorms to develop during the afternoon period. By about 4 to 5 p.m. after becoming partly cloudy, but more fog could develop later on tonight. As for the winds, no big deal at all, mainly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, but more wind will be on the way as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. So for today, we'll call it scattered showers and thunderstorms. The thunderstorms occurring during the afternoon period. Highs in the upper 60s and a southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, a few showers and thunderstorms. Those will taper off. Lows in the lower 50s, then some dense fog in a few areas as well. West breeze at about 5 miles per hour. In your early forecast for the rest of the morning period, mostly cloudy skies, chances for rain showers, and a few rumbles of thunder by the afternoon period. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thank you, Devin.
And the Maine Special Olympics came back after a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic. Roughly 450 athletes made their way to Alphonse Stadium at the University of Maine for a full day of Special Olympic competitions.
Vice Chairman Mike Feldman says this year was only a one-day event in order to lower the risk of getting COVID.
They've waited for 2 years to be back here with their teammates, to see old friends, and of course to compete, to be seen for their abilities and not their disabilities. You know, these summer games are considered their state championship.
At the stadium, health screenings were available for everyone and free lunches were provided as well. Now, the Bangor Police Department raised some funds during their annual bike auction Saturday morning. A nearby resident bought several bikes and donated them to go up for auction at Bangor's Park and Rec Gymnasium.
Community Relations Officer Elizabeth Ash says over 120 bikes were up for auction and several families donated more than what was asked.
We had a good turnout by the community. We had some nice families stop by, get some great kids' bikes at a great discount.
Ash says all money raised goes towards yearly events such as giving out gift cards in the community and their National Night Out barbecue and even Thanksgiving celebrations.
Is it too early to think about Thanksgiving dinner?
Not yet. I mean, there's always early Thanksgiving.
Oh,
half Thanksgiving, is that a thing?
Oh, yeah, we could do half Thanksgiving. We'll have to figure out what date that is.
Right. And it's one of the few remaining dry towns left in Maine, but that's for now.
For now, voters in Hartford, which is in Oxford County, will decide if and when liquor should be sold in the upcoming election.
Mal Meyer reports, and many are now hearing just about the issue now, through the grapevine, though.
The grapes have been flourishing here.
Chad Casey and his wife, Jen Bonaventura, have wanted to start their own vineyard. They found the perfect spot in Hartford.
It's got a pretty good setup. It already had a nice field for us to put the vines in, and the sun is good for the grapes.
It's really amazing, honestly, to go back and look at the original pictures and see how far we've come in a relatively short period of time.
Now the couple wants to expand once again, hoping to sell and serve wine right here.
We had always envisioned the barn would be a small tasting room.
There's just one thing stopping them.
We were really surprised ourselves, honestly, when we found out that the town was still dry.
But I believe Prohibition started in Maine, so now thinking back, it's not that surprising.
Over time, most communities have taken a stance on the matter, but the town clerk says it hasn't been voted on before, but now it will come Tuesday. Voters will be asked 5 things, which will essentially help them do one thing: sell alcohol.
I think it's going to pass. I'm hoping it will pass. I think this is great for the town.
Beth Lacey supports what's happening at the vineyard.
It fits in well with the town.
There have been some concerns about the vote leading to things like bars in the community.
So it does open up another can of worms, but those places will also have to get their own license.
The two are hopeful other residents will see what they're going for and approve the measures.
Still to come here this morning, it was a big weekend for high school sports, as many teams are continuing their playoff push. Dave Peck will join us for your local sports.
But first, let's take another look at that forecast. A high of 68 degrees today. That rain will be sticking around here starting again at 11 o'clock. You'll see some of the thunderstorms moving in this afternoon. Scattered showers tonight and temperatures dropping down to a low of 53. But tomorrow we're back in full force with the sunshine and a high of 76 degrees.
Comfort, customization, and craftsmanship with a lift. Save big on the Uplifting Comfort series from Best Home Furnishings. Rest easy and stand with ease. Uplifting Comfort recliners come in over 20 styles and 700 covers. Choose from many sizes and styles featuring Uplifting Comfort's gentle power lift. Furniture that's made to give you years of comfort and relaxation. The Uplifting Comfort series from Best Home Furnishings.
You don't stay in business as long as Rowell's Garage unless you're doing a lot of things right. Since 1946, Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft has seen many customers drive off the lot completely satisfied, and they keep coming back. Why? Things like a wide selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Incredible customer service. A repair center that does it right the first time and on time. But the biggest reason, like new quality vehicles at a pre-owned price. So save yourself the hassle and save yourself some money. Rowell's Garage, Dover Foxcroft.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
On the next Last Man Standing.
Well, looks like it's going to be another embarrassing year for Team Baxter.
Oh, yeah, who cares? It's a church fundraiser.
Mike brings in some ringers.
You old?
Oh, yeah. I'm really good.
But they're in a league of their own.
This is just my first time in a non-virtual bowling alley. Holy ball! Why is it so heavy?
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
The show that launched 1,000 careers is back with all new judges in an all new season.
Are you ready?
So You Think You Can Dance, Wednesdays on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, busy weekend on the high school playoff front. Both baseball and softball entering regional semifinal play on Saturday. And we'll start with some action up in Orono. You might call this matchup the battle for the underworld. Red Riots hosting the Red Devils of Central. Bottom two here, Orono already with the lead. Lauren Brown sends one deep to left field. That gets all the way to the fence. Olivia Bragdon scores to make it 5-1 Orono. Then in the third, it's Brown again. Great piece of hitting, this time using the opposite field. Splits the gap in right center field. Bases clearing double makes it a 9-1 Riots lead. Central would get one back here in the fourth. Sacrifice fly to right field scores Izzy Allen, not from third, all the way from second. She turned on the Jets to get on the board there, but Orono just too sharp. This time it's the defense. Bragdon and Brown spin the double play as Orono advances to the regional final, 10-3 over Central. Now up 95 we go for a Class D North semi. Number 5 PVHS hosting number 8 Machias. Bottom of the first here, no score. Emma Potter lifts one to shallow right field. Could be trouble. It is. It drops in. Allie LeBlanc scores. Then it was the Bulldogs' turn. On offense, ground ball to Lauren Vino. Checks the runner. Nice job there, but heady play by Malia Rhodes, scoring anyway after the throw to tie it up. And in the fourth, Chloe Savage puts it in play. More trouble. Pop fly finds Green, and that plates Jaden Anderson as Machias advances to the final 7-1 over the Howlers. So, the regional finals are set for softball. Let's go to baseball now, though, with top-ranked Bangor looking to stay hot, hosting number 5 Messalonski in the semis at Mansfield. Eagles looked hungry early. Jacob Thomas takes the curveball into center. Garrett Card scores. So 1-0 Messalonski. Bottom of the first, though, Colton Trish got things started with an absolute rocket to center field. All the way to the fence. He would record the triple. And with 2 outs, Ryan Howard comes up clutch. Plates Trish to tie things at 1. So to the second we would go. Same score. This time it's Ben Karen who helps out the cause. Fly ball to right field. And that is deep enough to score Wyatt Stevens on the sacrifice fly. And later in the inning, it's Keegan Sear. Picks up the 2 RBI single up the middle. This one would get tight, but it's Bangor who advances. 6-5 is the final. Let's take a look at some of the other action in the playoff sphere in the high school circuit. Class A softball, 9-seed Messalonski defeats number 5 Bangor 4-2. They'll play Skowhegan in the regional finals. And then Class B softball action, 8-seed Winslow keeps the Cinderella run going. They defeated 5 Lawrence 3-2. Then we'll go to Class C baseball. 6-seed Mount View upset 2nd-seed Fort Kent 16-2. Dominant there. They will play top-seeded Bucksport on Tuesday after they down Holton. That'll be the regional finals of Class C. And rounding out with Class D baseball, 2nd-seed Stearns took out 3rd-seed Bangor Christian 19-9. There was another team that took out another team. It was on the hardcore, and it was not pretty. 107-97, the Warriors taking Game 4 over the Celtics. A lot to break down. Did they choke? Did the Warriors just steal it? We'll break it all down as we welcome Dylan Holloway in for this version of Double Take. All right, welcome into Double Take. Dave Peck with Dylan Holloway. We're going to talk Celtics, Warriors. He is from the West Coast, so he gives us a little perspective here. 107-97, it was not pretty. I want to play this sound to start, and then we'll kind of adjust based on what he said, kind of break it down. Jaylen Brown after the game. Here we go.
You know, every experience that we have, we've learned and grown. So these opportunities right now, playing at the highest level on one of the biggest stages, is also moments to learn.
So I think the easy thing to do going into this series was to say the Warriors had the experience, and that was going to help them. Other people said, well, maybe, you know, being ignorant is bliss sort of thing. We're seeing right now that being the Warriors team that has won so many finals is helping them. What did you see, especially from an experience standpoint, that worked on in Game 4?
Well, it's one of those things, Dave. You know, it's kind of, you know, darned if you do, darned if you don't. You know, if the Celtics would have won, they're younger, they're fresher, they're hungrier, whatever, you know. But the Warriors took away the victory last night. They had to have that game last night. You cannot go back to San Francisco down 3-1, obviously. And they showed their championship medal, right? So the Celtics had some open threes. They missed them. Steph Curry, we know he went off. But the key to that game last night was the rebounds, Dave. They wanted it more. They controlled the glass. They got it done. They got the W.
It's a good point because rebounds were what the Celtics did so well in Game 3. But the thing I look at here, and you're crediting the Warriors, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like it was a choke job. Was it not? I mean, from the time that Klay Thompson hit that three with around 5 minutes left, the Celtics missed their next 5. Al Horford had 1, but it seemed at that point they were kind of pressing. I mean, I'm going to give Steph Curry some credit, but didn't you feel like maybe they let it slip away?
I don't know if it's so much a choke job, but they definitely were settling, right? On offense, guys weren't moving, standing in the corner, watching other people when they have the ball. Oh, I have an open three, take the open three. At some point, a leader on the team, the head coach, they've got to say, all right, the threes aren't falling, let's attack. Jaylen Brown was tearing it up, making some of the craziest, most acrobatic layups I've ever seen. That guy needs to attack. Someone else needs to attack. Tatum needs to take over. Someone needs to take over in that situation.
Going back to this experience thing, the difference between Steph Curry and Jason Tatum, I mean, these are the 2 all-NBA players, and it was just astronomical. That was the difference between a superstar in Steph Curry and a rising superstar in Jason Tatum, because he still hasn't been able to find his groove really at all in this NBA Finals, and that's kind of the difference. The Celtics, if they want to win, especially now, because they lost the home court advantage after stealing it, they need him. Am I wrong, or is this the Warriors just to lose here?
I mean, it seems like it's the Warriors to lose right now. It seems this is the closest we're going to get to a hard reset. This is obviously not a real hard reset. Warriors have a lot of momentum going back to San Francisco right now. So when the Warriors win the rebound battle, they're almost unstoppable. If the Celtics want to get back in this and take back home court, steal a game at San Francisco, they've got to win the rebound battle, Dave.
The good thing for Celtics fans is that when the Celtics play poorly, usually they play really well afterwards. So we'll see what happens. Monday is Game 5, all tied at 2. Dylan, want to thank you for coming into the sports sphere and giving us a little West Coast perspective. We don't get a lot of that over here. So thank you.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
We'll be right back.
Situated in Jonesboro on the coast of Maine lies Barren View Golf Course, a true links course that's a treat for golfers of all skill levels. We feature a driving range, putting green, practice sand trap, pro shop, and snack bar. Open 7 days a week. Please call ahead for a tee time.
Breathe in. Can you sense it? The feeling of becoming something greater? Here in the heart of Maine, you'll find a place that the innovators of tomorrow have called home for the last 150 years. The University of Maine. Ranked as one of the nation's top research institutions, our opportunities know no bounds. Because UMaine isn't just a destination. It's a gateway to new horizons that shape who we are. We are UMaine.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Cash in on Fox tonight.
We're about to have a good time.
First, know the lyrics, win $1 million.
I want it that way.
But will a huge gamble pay off?
If you get it wrong, you go home with nothing.
All new Don't Forget the Lyrics. Then,
give it up for my daddies and my daughters.
Which daddy's girl will make her Father's Day with $1 million prize?
Daughters are expensive.
Don't Forget the Lyrics at Beat Shazam. It's an all-new $1 Million Music Monday tonight on Fox.
Situated in Jonesboro on the coast of Maine lies Barren View Golf Course, a true links course that's a treat for golfers of all skill levels. We feature a driving range, putting green, practice sand trap, pro shop, and snack bar. Open 7 days a week. Please call ahead for a tee time.
And welcome back to Good Morning Maine.
Here's a look at some of the upbeat stories making headlines today.
The National AIDS Memorial marked the 35th anniversary of the AIDS Memorial Quilt with a display in Golden Gate Park's Robin Williams Meadow featuring 3,000 panels on the quilt. The organization announced it's received $2.4 million to launch the Quilt Southern Initiative to address the disproportionate impact of HIV in the southern U.S. Members of the Arizona Bus Club have been busy restoring a 1973 Wild Westerner high top, one of only 149 produced. Once it's finished, the vehicle will be raffled off in September at the Jerome Jamboree, a gathering of Volkswagen fans in Arizona. Prince Charles is celebrating the 70th anniversary of becoming the Duke of Cornwall. He and his wife celebrated at the Royal Cornwall Show on Friday. Prince Charles gave a prize-winning cow its well-deserved trophy. And 6 giant pandas celebrated birthdays at the Chongqing Zoo in China. The party was in honor of the first birthday of twins Xing and Chen, born last year. 4 other older pandas joined in. Birthday cakes were decorated with bamboo shoots, fruits, and vegetables. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC 7.
Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the rest of the Peanuts gang have delighted fans for decades. But now their creator is getting some well-deserved time to shine ahead of what would be his centennial birthday.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer has a special look at the incredible legacy of Charles M. Schulz.
Fans of classic cartoons are probably familiar with the saying, "You're a good man, Charlie Brown." But now 2 new museum exhibits are helping to honor the good man behind the iconic character and his fellow companions.
This was somebody who took his art very seriously.
Peanuts creator Charles M. Schulz's 100th birthday isn't until November 26th. But with his artistic legacy spanning decades, officials at Ohio's Billy Ireland Cartoon Library and Museum and California's Charles M. Schulz Museum say he deserves a lengthy celebration.
This was a person of genius.
The exhibitions offer fans a glimpse of rare memorabilia featuring Snoopy, Charlie Brown, Lucy, and more, while highlighting how Schulz challenged societal norms, celebrated differences, and promoted respect with each comic strip.
In Peanuts, all of the girls play all of the sports. And he did a whole week of comic strips about Title IX.
Besides addressing gender norms, Schulz also received feedback from fans regarding diversity.
People persisted, saying that they thought it would mean a great deal to little black boys and girls to see somebody like them in the strip.
And Schulz agreed.
This is the first Sunday page in which Franklin appears. And here, visitors can read several of the letters that led up to the introduction of Franklin.
The first Peanuts strip was published back in 1950. During the comic's height, it ran in more than 2,600 newspapers around the world. Ashley Strohmeyer, Fox News.
And with one last look at our forecast, here's meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, again, fog is the thing we have our eye on this morning, mainly near parts of Bar Harbor. We might notice it developing in a few other spots this morning. It's going to be very hit and miss with the fog, but this will taper off by later on this morning. But we are watching some rain showers that have been developing in a few spots, though, especially across our southern counties and a little bit further off towards the north as well. Other areas just under a mostly cloudy sky this morning. A lot of this tracking from the southwest going toward the north and east, so there will be some breaks as well, but a few scattered showers and thunderstorms thunderstorms will also be possible this afternoon as we'll get some sunshine going and get some of the daytime heating and, of course, chances for storms to develop along this front right here that continues to track off towards the north and east. But meanwhile, though, we will catch a break from the precipitation for at least a few days coming up later on. Wave heights not too bad. No advisories in effect along the coast. Wave heights at about 3 feet at this point, though. The winds will not be a big deal today, so the wave heights should behave themselves, mainly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe a quick gust up to 15 if you're lucky. But more winds, some more gusty winds on the way for the daytime tomorrow, as they could possibly reach up to 25 miles per hour in a few areas. Our average high is now 74 degrees. We'll be in the upper 60s today, but middle to upper 70s on the way Tuesday and Wednesday, and still kind of sticking around there by Thursday and Friday as well. And then falling back into the lower 70s as we head towards Saturday and again on Sunday. Let's talk about the dew points, though. They might feel a little mucky later on, though. We're going to be dancing around that 60-degree threshold for a few days, at least through today, though, maybe falling back Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then by Friday, rising up into the middle 60s, this will feel a little bit more muggy than falling back as we head towards your Saturday. So moving forward, though, futurecast for today, a few scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. The thunderstorms starting to develop by around 4 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, moving from northwest to south and east. Heavy downpours not out of the question with those. Once those move through, notice the cloud line. Some areas may become mostly clear. Other areas may hold on to clouds and a little bit of fog as well. But moving ahead towards tomorrow, maybe a few scattered showers and thunderstorms not out of the question. But overall, a mixture of clouds and sun will be the general idea as well. As for precipitation chances, all right, so again, some areas could see up to 1/4 of an inch, maybe up to a 1/2 inch or more between now and Thursday, so some decent rainfall on the way in a few areas. Scattered showers and thunderstorms today, highs in the upper 60s and at southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, lower 50s on the way, showers and thunderstorms, some dense fog as well from time to time. That west breeze getting up to about 5 miles per hour. In your Scotts Recreation extended forecast, more storms on the way for Tuesday, nothing too widespread. Highs in the middle 70s, upper 70s on the way for Wednesday. Under a partly cloudy sky, mostly cloudy for Thursday, highs in the mid 70s, upper 70s again on Friday with a chance for storms.
At Bathfitter, every quality bath starts with quality people. Our consultants help you choose from hundreds of bath options, so we fit your style. Our installers complete your work in as little as a day, so we fit your schedule. Our manufacturing team custom crafts your bath, so we fit your standards, and it's guaranteed for life. When you can trust the people who create your new bath, it just fits. Bathfitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
This isn't your parents' photo booth. Premier Limousine and DJ presents the latest in photo booth technology with the all-new 2022 Air Booth. Print out everyone's pictures in beautiful full-color photos and have them sent directly to your phone. The new Air Booth is available for weddings, birthdays, class reunions, anniversaries, and corporate events with some of the best, most fun props around. You can book the Air Booth, Limousine, and DJ services separately or take advantage of our very popular package deals. Contact us at Premier Limousine and DJ. Why do thousands of customers take the drive to Newport for all their shoes? Because Comfort Shoes and More has the styles you want, and they also have trained podorthists on staff to help you with all your footwear and arch support issues. We provide free foot evaluations by people who care about fitting you with the most comfortable shoes you will ever own. We have shoes in stock up to 6C and size 17, from safety shoes and boots, running, walking, casual or dress. We have it all at Comfort Shoes and More, 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport, across from Irving.
It's the summer of baseball on Fox. Let's go. And every Saturday night in prime time, it's Baseball Night in America. Are you kidding me? On July 19th, the game's biggest stars align in LA for the All-Star Game. Unbelievable. Let's go. Then, from the palm trees to the cornfields, the Reds and the Cubs take center stage in the Field of Dreams sequel. Grand Slam! It's everything baseball all summer long on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Today, I want to chat with you about something that's been a big part of my life, and maybe part of yours too. It's something that probably helped you out when money was tight. I'm talking about ramen noodles. Yeah, those little packs of dry noodles that are almost addictive. As many of us learned in college, instant ramen noodles are the perfect go-to meal because they're ready in less than 5 minutes. And talk about budget-friendly. Did you know that if you only ate ramen noodles for an entire year, not that I suggest that you do, you would only spend about $150 on groceries? As a matter of fact, Ramen noodles are so popular, they're used in so many different ways. Like here we added them to a salad to give it extra crunch. Or how about creating a noodle-licious pizza crust with it? After testing all sorts of recipes with them, we came up with a few that are certainly worth sharing. Here we have some ramen noodles tossed with chunks of chicken and lots of fresh broccoli and red peppers. It's one of those skillet meals that's so quick and reasonable, you'll want to make it part of your weekly dinner routine. To get the recipe, all you have to do is go online and search for what we call Skillet Chicken Ramen Toss, along with a collection of unforgettable ramen noodle recipes. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a budget-friendly way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Ramen.
Did you ever think you could make something so delicious out of ramen?
Yes.
I've
done it.
The ramen was never a thing. Well, finally, the next video you are going to see was probably not on the list of things you thought you'd see today, but here we are. A deer running through two windows at a downtown bank in St. Louis. It happened Thursday morning.